We've heard a lot about COVID-19 vaccination policies in the workplace, but what are the critical considerations that every employer must know? My name is Ron Minken, and I'm with Minken Employment Lawyers. Some employers are now required by the provincial government to have a vaccination policy. The Toronto Medical Officer of Health has also released a statement recommending that all Toronto employers implement a vaccination policy. As we know, under the Reopening Ontario Act, businesses must comply with any recommendation from a medical officer of health. So all Toronto employers and some select Ontario employers are legally required to have a vaccination policy. What should all employers be mindful of? Number one, privacy considerations. Request as little medical information as possible to protect an employee's privacy rights. Number two, human rights. An employer has a duty to accommodate any refusals to be vaccinated up to undue hardship on the basis of a human rights ground such as age, disability, sex, and religion. Hardship is required by employers, but not undue hardship. So include a clause regarding accommodation in the policy. Number three, harassment. Employers have a duty under the Occupational Health and Safety Act to protect workers from workplace harassment. Employers who are not vaccinated may be subject to workplace harassment by those who are vaccinated. Pressure to vaccinate can also be a form of workplace harassment. Employers should be mindful of this. Number four, constructive dismissal. An employee may consider the implementation of a vaccination policy as a fundamental change to their employment relationship and may sue the employer for constructive dismissal. The employer may then be required to provide reasonable notice of termination and potentially aggravated and punitive damages. Number five, personal reasons. If an employee refuses to vaccinate based on a personal preference, what can you do? Number one, educate. Number two, find alternatives to your current working arrangement. Number three, discipline or terminate with notice. Never do it with cause. Given the resignation boom and the shortage of good workers, the last thing employers will want to do is terminate good workers, as who would then do the work. Consider the simple alternative to refusals based on personal reasons: regular rapid antigen testing, available through your local Chamber of Commerce or Board of Trade. Number six, general principles for drafting policies. Terms are reasonable, language is unambiguous, include a sanction for breach such as discipline or termination without cause. 7, consultation with unions if there is a collective agreement. To conclude, even though the provincial and municipal governments are requiring some employers to have vaccination policies in place, employers can still be liable for violations of their employees' rights. Proceed with caution. Thanks so much for tuning in to Minken Employment Lawyers. If anything we spoke about today sounds like something you are dealing with, please contact myself or one of the other experienced lawyers at Minken Employment Lawyers. We'd be happy to assist. Please go to our website and check out our employer guides, blog posts, and articles. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter.